Okay, so this semester I am studying abroad in Madrid. Surprise, yay. I've been here for 5 days already, and it is the most incredible experience and the best thing I have ever done ever in my life, and also the best decision I've ever made in my life. So if you ever get the opportunity to study abroad, take it because it is incredible. For the past 5 days or so, I've been writing down everything that has happened to me, and I do that because I don't want to like forget anything that happens. So I have like this like huge like list right here of everything that happened to me. So I'm gonna go through like each day and like give you guys an update of what has happened to me so far. The first day, when I was at the airport, there was this like lady that came up to me and she was like trying to get me to take a survey about Madrid, and I was already like nervous because like I'm flying to like Spain. Like I don't want to take a survey. That is the last thing. We all know how we feel about surveys. No one wants to take a survey. So I was like, nope, I don't want a survey. And then I moved seats because I had to go get lunch, and then the guy took my seat. So when I came back, my seat was gone, so I sat somewhere different. And this lady like came up to me again because she didn't like recognize me or remember me. She's like, want to take a survey? I was like, no, I don't want to take a survey. Getting on the plane, this guy got kicked off the plane. Apparently there were shot glasses, and he took a shot that was sitting like on the business classes people's like table tray things or whatever, and he just like grabbed the tray, grabbed the shot, and took it. Just took it, like thought he was like a boss or something, and took the shot. They got into like he got into like an argument with like the flight attendants, and he ended up getting kicked off the plane. He was a douche. He really was. I saw him. He was a douche. There was a medical emergency on my plane. That was very scary. Like they had like movies playing, and all of a sudden the movie stopped, and the captain was like, "Attention! There's a medical emergency on board. If we have a doctor, please offer your services." And apparently this lady slipped in the bathroom and hit her head. I think she's okay, but that was scary. She had like a wrap around her head after, so there was actually a doctor that came and like saved her. She like ran to her, so I was like nervous when I first saw that because I thought, oh my gosh, like she's running to her, so she must be like really hurt, but no, she was like fine. The plane ride was awful. It was so terrible. I was so sick. I was very dehydrated and had a really bad headache slash migraine, and then it kind of went down to my stomach, and I felt really, really queasy. I thought I was gonna puke, and I asked the flight attendant for Advil, and she never came back. She's like, oh, I didn't forget it, and then she never came back. So got my baggage. I followed the signs. Kind of scary, like the airport in Madrid is huge. But I followed the signs. I ended up getting to my luggage, kind of followed all the other people on the flight. The first thing I did when I got my suitcase was open it up and rip out the Advil. I like chugged some water like in the middle of the airport. It was, well, I felt so much better after that though. Customs was really fast. I said hola, he said hola, stamped my passport, and that was that. Oh, it was really cool. This was the first time I talked to someone in Spanish, and I went up to this lady. She was like the airport like service desk person, and I went up to her, I was like, hola, and I was like, oh, yo tengo una pregunta, which means I have a question. And she's like, sí, and I was like, ¿dónde está el bar Madrid, Maho Madrid, which was the name of the bar that I was supposed to meet my API study abroad lady at. And she's like, oh, down the hallway and tome derecha, which is like go down the hallway and take a right. So I was like, oh, muy bien. She's like, donde eres? And I didn't like hear that, and I was like, repite. She's like, donde eres? And I was like, Estados Unidos. So she's like, ah, muy bien. So I think she was like impressed with my Spanish, which made me like feel really good. I met my API lady. Her name is Maria. She is absolutely fantastic, very sassy, but very fantastic. I don't know, she's like so cool. I love her. And then I met like a couple other students from that were doing the API Madrid program, and there are 3 girls I met on the bus. It's Olivia, Sarah, and Marissa, and they are all like fantastic. We got along like easily and really fast, so that's pretty cool. And then when we got to Madrid, we checked into our hotel. We couldn't figure out how to get the lights to work at first. We thought we were like really stupid, but you had to like insert like a card into the light switch to get it to work. So we had to like go down to the front desk and like tell her like la luz no funciona, which means like the lights don't function or something. And she's like, oh, we'll send up a bellboy, and then we figured it out. So that was funny. And then we went to explore the city, which is really exciting. So we went to La Plaza Mayor, which is a plaza in Madrid that has like restaurants and stuff. And we sat down, and I got a piece of bread with salmon on it and baked brie. It was absolutely fantastic. So side story, my dad's coworker went to Madrid, and she was sitting at a table on the like at a cafe on like on a street or something, and she had her phone on a table, and some like lady came up to her and started speaking Mandarin like really fast, and was like shoving the paper in her face and like on the table, and then she walked away. And my dad's coworker was like, "What the heck was that? That was like so confusing." But she looked down at the table and her phone was gone. So I like knew that trick. Well, you can't like leave anything like on the table. So when we were at La Plaza Mayor, I think it was Marissa that had her, Marissa and Sarah that had like their stuff on the table, and the waiters came up to us and said like, "Oh, like you need to move your stuff because you could get that stolen." And there was this guy in the plaza who was like whistling with his mouth. He was like making the weirdest sounds ever, and he was like looking at us, and like we thought like he was gonna like try to like sell us something, but he was actually trying to like warn us that we shouldn't leave our stuff on the table. So we thought it was weird, but he was actually kind of like had our back, which was like really cool. And then there's like this other lady that came that had like this like I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a dress almost, but it was like made out of like confetti strands, and it had like a goat's head or something at the top of it. But that was really cool. And then we met at the hotel at 5:30, and then we met some of the other kids, and we went out for like a little orientation, like a quick little orientation, and then like a tour of the city, which is really cool. And then we went out to dinner, and then we got back from dinner and passed out. So that was day number 1 in Madrid. And it was, I love it so far. It's great.